Hello everyone, welcome to the video lecture series on object-oriented programming through Java. We are learning the concept of inheritance, where as part of inheritance we have already learned about what actually an inheritance is, what are all the different types of inheritance are there, and we have learned all the types with example programs, and we have learned about what is method overriding, and we have observed the difference between overriding and overloading, and in the last class we learned about dynamic method dispatch. So in today's class we'll see about final keyword, that what is the use of this final keyword. As part of keywords we have already learned about what is static keyword, super keyword, this keyword, and one more keyword we are going to learn today, that is final keyword. Now let us see what actually this final keyword is. Now whenever we are saying a keyword, it is nothing but the way it has been defined, we need to use in that way only. It has been defined like all characters are of small letters, so we need to use all letters as small letters. That is final keyword. Now what is the use of this final keyword is, normally the use of final keyword is used to restrict the user. What is the use of this inheritance is, normally inheritance is used to achieve the reusability, but sometimes if you want to restrict the reusability option, then we can restrict the things by using this final keyword. Now how can we restrict, and what are all the things we can restrict? So we can restrict by using this final keyword a variable. Can be on a variable, this final keyword can be used, on a method this final keyword can be used, and also on a class this final keyword can also be used. So final keyword can be used in combination with the variable, method and class. Now briefly I'll tell you, in detail we'll explain how it can be used with variable, method and class, but at a glance you can understand, if you use final keyword with a variable, you are stopping by changing the value of that variable, and if you are using a final keyword with the method, we are stopping method overriding. In detail with method overriding we have already learned method overriding, right? Whenever you are connecting this final keyword with class, then we are stopping inheritance. That means we are restricting the user. We are restricting the user to make some changes which are there in our super class. So let us see in detail about how this final keyword can be connected with your variable, method and class. So first one is final keyword with a variable. Now if you want to make any data that has been stored in a variable as a constant value, then you can add a prefix of final keyword in front of that one, so that you cannot change the value. That means you are not allowing the user to change the value of that variable. It will be made as a constant. Now how that can be done? Simply int variable, normally we used to write int var, that will be the declaration assigning the value. If you simply write like that, that var value can be changed anywhere throughout the program. But this declaration, if it is preceded by this final keyword, then we are making this value, that whatever we gave here for var variable, that is constant, that is fixed. That means after this statement the value can't be changed for this var variable. Now if you are trying to change, it will throw an error. I'll show you one example where I have taken a class called bike, and I want to finalize the speed of a bike. What are all the objects you are creating? For all the objects, the speed limit I am giving as 90. That means I want to fix this value for that variable. To do that task, what I can do? I can simply add a keyword called final before the declaration initialization of that variable called speed limit. That means the value of the speed limit, that is 90, is fixed throughout the program. We can't change that one. If you are trying to change the value, you can observe here in a method, in the same class, in one method I am trying to change the value to 400. In that case it will throw an error. So you need to observe here, as the variable speed limit has been preceded, that the initialization has preceded with final keyword, whatever value you have given is fixed, but if you are trying to change, it will give you a compile time error. Right? So you need to understand here is, whenever a final keyword is connected with your variable, then the value that has been assigned to that variable is fixed, that is constant throughout the program. Right? So let us see the second way of connecting a final keyword with a method. Normally you have already learned about method overriding. What is method overriding is, we will be having a superclass and a subclass, and if a superclass method, whatever methods are there, if for that method with the same method name, if you are writing your own statement in the subclass, then that is called as method overriding. Now if you want to restrict from the overriding, that means if you don't want what are all the methods that are available in the superclass to be overwritten in the subclass, then that restriction can be done by making that method as a final. That means if you make any method as a final, then you cannot override that method. I'll show you an example. Let us take a same class called bike, and in that bike I have a method called run. Normally we used to write the method like return type and the method name, and we used to write this statement, and let us call Honda is one a class which is extending this bike class. Now if suppose there is no final keyword is there, then this Honda class, if it is overriding this run method, it is okay, there is no problem in this. But here you need to observe, I have taken a final keyword, I have connected this final keyword with the run method, saying like whenever you are doing like this, you are restricting this run method to be overwritten in its subclass. That is not allowed. Suppose if you are trying to do like that, you will be getting a compile time error. That means if any method is made as final, that is nothing but we are restricting the user to override that method in its subclass. Got it? So here run method is final. We can't, this Honda class which is a subclass of this bike class cannot override this run method. So you trying to do like that, you will be getting a compile time error. Got it? So this is how final method can be connected with your method. Final keyword can be connected with your method. And the third way of connecting a final keyword with your class is, now suppose normally we know the use of inheritance. Inheritance is nothing but the properties of one class can be simply extended by this another class. But suppose if you don't want the what are all the things allowed available in a class to be extended by other class, that means you don't want to have an inheritance of the properties that are available in a particular class, then we can give a restriction to that one by simply making that class as a final. So if you make any class as a final, then that class cannot be extended. That means you are restricting the inheritance here. That means we are restricting the properties that are available in one class. That means if the class is made as a final, what are all the properties available in that class cannot be used by any class. Let us take one class called bike, and this class I have made as a final. That means what are all the properties available here that cannot be used by another class. That means any other class can't extend this bike. Trying to do like that. That means let us take Honda one I am taking. It is trying to extend this bike. Then it is having its own statement. There is no problem in here. But if it is trying to extend this bike, you will be getting a compile time error. Why? Because this class has been preceded with a final keyword saying like this bike class cannot be extended, right? So this is how final keyword can be connected with your variable, method and a class. So, okay, but along with this one, you need to understand some concepts also along with this final keyword. Now whenever a final keyword, whenever a value is given to a final keyword, that value is fixed. But uninitialized final variables, how can we work with that one? Uninitialized final variable is nothing but a variable whose value is not initialized at the time of declaration. That means a final variable whose value is not initialized. If it is initialized, then the value is fixed. It is considered as a constant. But if it is not initialized, then such a variable is called as a uninitialized final variable. Now, such a variables can be initialized only in the constructor. You need to understand this concept. You need to understand this point. All uninitialized final variables can be initialized only in the constructor. You all know what actually a constructor is. One simple example of uninitialized final variable is a PAN card number. The PAN card number of individual objects is different. We can't give a same PAN card number for all the users. So all these PAN card numbers can be made as uninitialized final variable, and depending at the time of object creation you can pass the number and you can initialize that one. But remember, object creation means we are calling the constructor. That is what I want to tell here. So uninitialized final variables, that means whose value is not given at the time of initialization, such final variables can be initialized only in the constructor. Let me show you one example. I have see here speed limit is a variable. For this speed limit, earlier we have given a value, but here I have not given any value. Such a variable is called as a blank final variable. Now if you want to give any value to this one, then that can be done only in the constructor. See, bike is a constructor, right? So only in the constructor we can assign the value. That is how you need to understand. So this is one important point about your final variable. So uninitialized final variables are initialized only in the constructor, right? One more point you need to understand is static blank final variable. That means a variable can be a static variable and a variable can be a final variable also. Now uninitialized static final variable is nothing but a static final variable whose value is not initialized in the program. Such a variable is called as a static blank final variable. If a normal final variable is there, that variable value can be initialized in the constructor. That is what we learned in the earlier slide. But if you add one more keyword called static, then that is called a static final variable. Then that such type of variables are initialized only in the static block. Remember, static final variables are initialized only in the static block. Final variables are initialized only in the constructor if it is not initialized at the time of declaration, right? You can see an example here. So if it is final int data only, static it is not given, let us consider, then final int data will be initialized only in the constructor called A. But here I have added a keyword called, one more variable called static, right? So static final int data if you are taking, then this variable, whatever data variable is there, that has to be initialized only in the static block, right? In detail about the static keyword we have already learned. If you want to have a more information about the static keyword, please go through that video once. Okay, so static final, both the keywords if you are adding to a variable and the value if it is not initialized, then that variable has to be initialized only in the static block only, right? So this is about one key point you need to understand about your final keyword. One more point you need to add is final keyword with a parameter. That means whenever you are saying parameter, it is nothing but we are talking about the arguments in a function. Now in a function, as an argument we have some arguments. Now if those arguments are made as a final, then what happens? That means you cannot change the value of that argument. You can see a simple example here. I have taken a class called bike. In that I have taken a method called cube. Now this cube method is taking one variable, one parameter, and this parameter is made final. That means whatever value it is receiving n, its value should not be changed. We cannot change that value. That means if you declare any parameter as final, in our case it is n, you cannot change the value of it. N value, whatever it is receiving, when the method is called, you cannot change this value in your program. That means if you are trying to change like this, then you will be getting a compile time error. You need to understand that one. That means here n value is 5 you are passing, that value is fixed. You cannot change that value in the method, in this block of statements. Trying to do like that, it will be showing a compile time error. Right? So these are some of the things you need to understand about this final. Normally final keyword will be used with variable, method and classes. Along with that, uninitialized final variable should be initialized only in the constructor. Uninitialized static final variable should be initialized in the static block only. And also parameters, if you are giving a final keyword with the parameters, that value cannot be changed. Okay, in brief you can say like final variable will be creating the constant variables, and final method will be preventing the overriding, and final class will be preventing the inheritance. Now what is the necessity of this one? Normally inheritance allows us reusability, but if sometimes if you want to have a restriction on those things, then you can use this final keyword according to your application, right? So this is about this final keyword. I hope you all are clear with this concept, right? So let us all meet in our next lecture with a new concept. Until then, thank you all of you.